Welcome back to Video Horror Society Mythbusters, where I, your host Kelsky, will go through common myths and misconceptions in the VHS community and put them to the test. Enjoy! Our first myth today is that teens can avoid taking a hit when a monster is lunging at them if they crouch and the monster isn't aiming low enough. Let's check it out. We can clearly see that with some effort, the teen can totally avoid a hit by crouching at the right time. However, since this is quite easily punished by the monster by just trying to hit the teen again and looking slightly more down, I wouldn't recommend it unless you're clip farming. As far as this myth goes, it's 100% confirmed. Radical. A very popular belief is that when swinging with a cursed sword with the mod Gale Force, that you cannot get a strike if you're swinging too quickly. So the myth now is that Gale Force cannot strike the monster in 2 full swings. Let's see. Incredible. While within the wake of 2 full sword swings from the Gale Force user, whether or not the monster was moving, they didn't receive a strike if the sword was swung too quickly. This myth is definitely confirmed. But what if 2 full swings from a normal sword didn't result in a strike? Is that even possible? Let's put that to the test. You can clearly see in that bodacious cinematic shot that the wake clearly gets weaker as it travels further away from the sword user towards the monster, proving that if you move towards the wake of an unmodded sword, it is entirely possible to miss a lethal shot, which marks the myth that you can miss a lethal shot with 2 full swings completely confirmed. This is also true with monsters that move from side to side or rat jamming or are continuously moving to avoid taking a full strike's worth of damage, as shown in the next meme example here.
Don't fuck with me! I have the power of God and anime on my side! Wait,
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Clip it! Curious minds have often wondered which weapon will break a wart's armor when two weapons are present at the same time. So does the weapon that is fired closer to the wart while attempting to break armor always the weapon to break it? Let's find out. Alright, with some heavy support from the incredible members of the VHS community, the results are in. Wart's armor was always broken by the weapon that was fired first and continuously when two different weapons were used, whether or not they were in the same stigma type. When firing two different weapons and stopping and restarting with one weapon, but continuously firing with the other weapon, the weapon that maintained the damage the entire time was the one that broke the armor. The only caveat to this was that when both weapons were identical, the weapon that was closer was the one that broke Wart's armor, like shown in the video with the slingshots here. Which results in the myth of the weapon being closer to Wart will always break the armor being busted. The shock sphere is one of the strongest weapons in video horror society today, but is there a way that you can actually outrun it? Our next myth is that the stock death drift from Deathwire can outrun a base shock sphere. Let's check it out. Hey, what a fun day at the races. It turns out that every single test that we did, the Deathwire was not able to outrun the shock sphere. However, we set everything up to make sure that we got the best results possible. And in an actual game, you wouldn't be doing that, and you could break line of sight. Not to mention the fact that every single time we caught up to the Deathwire with the shock sphere, we had very few charges left. So I'm actually going to label this myth that the Deathwire can outrun a base shock sphere as plausible. Make sure that you go check out the wonderful community members that helped me make this video possible, listed in the description below. It would mean the world. This is going to be it for today's episode of the Video Horror Society Mythbusters. I hope to see you in the beyond. Bye!